So let us start about today's lecture. Already in last lecture we have studied that pancreas beta cells secrete insulin. Blood sugar level is controlled by two main hormones, insulin and glucagon, which are secreted by pancreas. We have discussed and studied that how insulin, with the help of insulin receptor which is present on the cell membrane, carry the glucose inside the cell. Glucose transporter 4 receptors which are present on the cell membrane, and those receptors will carry the glucose with the help of the insulin, and that glucose will go inside the cell. Once glucose will go in the cell, with the help of insulin, glucose get converted into glycogen and gets stored into the muscle and liver. So whenever in blood sugar level get increases, why in blood sugar is coming? We have discussed in last lecture. हम जो भी खाना खाते हैं is having a carbohydrate, और ये carbohydrate breakdown होकर ग्लूकोज तैयार होता है, और ग्लूकोज जो है वो जीआई ट्रैक्ट से एब्जॉर्ब होकर ब्लड में आता है, तो ब्लड के अंदर ग्लूकोज की लेवल बढ़ती है. जैसे ही ब्लड के अंदर ग्लूकोज आता है, इंसुलिन स्टार्ट सिक्रेटिंग, एंड दिस इंसुलिन with the help of receptor take this glucose inside the cell, and glucose get converted into glycogen. So what the insulin is glucose. So इस तरह से blood के अंदर those glycogen में store होकर blood के अंदर की glucose की level. This is how insulin works in last lecture. So now we have to study about the role of glucagon. I hope everyone is getting. कल का लेक्चर अगर अटेंड किया तो आज का
Yes, sir.
already we have taken this topic in the regular lecture. This is just a revision. So when we eat, glucose level rising, and so insulin will release from beta cells of pancreas. Insulin decreases blood glucose concentration by storing glucose in another form. When glucose decreases in blood, body releases glucagon. Pancreas releases glucagon to increase blood glucose concentration by rising it from the storage. तो ग्लूकागॉन क्या करता है? जो ग्लूकोज स्टोर्ड है उसको वहां से रिलीज करने का काम करता है, ताकि ब्लड के अंदर की शुगर लेवल इंक्रीज हो. तो इंसुलिन ब्लड शुगर लेवल को कम करता है और ग्लूकागॉन ब्लड शुगर लेवल को बढ़ाता है. This is how these two hormones regulate blood sugar level. Insulin causes storage of glucose by process of glycolysis. Glycolysis is what? It is a irreversible process because it converts glucose into ATP, and those ATP later on used by the body. That's why glycolysis is important. Insulin also causes glycogenesis, which means stored glucose gets converted into glycogen. Glycogenesis is a reversible process where body can break glycogen into glucose again. Finally, what last thing insulin can do is, lipogenesis. That is, it is producing fatty acids. That is all about insulin, जो हम कल भी बात कर चुके थे. Now glucagon. If there is lot of glucagon, then we can have a glycogenolysis. Means breaking down or cutting down of glycogen. Glycogen को कट करने का काम करते हैं. ग्लाइकोजन कट करने का काम इस प्रोसेस को हम ग्लाइकोजेनोलाइसिस बोलते हैं. दिस इज अ रिवर्सिबल प्रोसेस. Another thing which glucagon does is the release of glucose energy from amino acid, where they go in gluconeogenesis process to form glucose, which is a reversible process. Finally, glucagon do take fatty acids, so it will get converted into glucose and then in turn into ketone bodies. That is what we call as a ketogenesis. This is how glucagon stored glucose स्टोर्ड ग्लाइकोजन का कन्वर्जन ग्लूकोज में करते हैं और ग्लूकोज में करने की वजह से अभी ग्लूकोज अवेलेबल होता है और ब्लड के अंदर ग्लूकोज की लेवल बढ़ती है। तो इस तरह से इंसुलिन जो है वो ब्लड के अंदर के ग्लूकोज को कम करता है और ग्लूकागॉन जो है ब्लड के अंदर के ग्लूकोज को बढ़ाता है। दिस इज हाउ हार्मोनियसली these two hormones are acting. Pancreas, as you know, secrete insulin and glucagon, and these two hormones work in balance. When blood sugar is too high, pancreas secretes more insulin, and when blood glucose is too low, pancreas releases glucagon. You know very well, normal blood glucose level is, fasting blood sugar level is 100 milligram per deciliter, and after meal, that is what we call as a post-pancreas, it is 140 milligram per deciliter. This can be asked as a 2 marks question, so you should know normal blood glucose level, normal blood sugar level, fasting blood sugar level 100 milligram per deciliter, and after meal or post-pancreas, it is 140 milligram per deciliter. Thus, from above discussion about the insulin, about the glucagon, as well as in last lecture, I have told you how insulin with the help of receptor, glucose transporter 4, which is present on the cell membrane, take the glucose and send it inside the cells. So from all about this discussion, it is understood insulin helps the body cell to absorb the glucose and lower in blood sugar level. Whereas glucagon forces liver to release stored glucose. When body needs glucose for energy, most of the cells cannot directly use glucose. That's why there are receptors which will take the glucose inside the cell, which already we have discussed. When level of insulin rises, this gives signals to liver that blood glucose is high. And now liver absorbs glucose, then changes it into storage molecule called as glycogen. But repeat हो रही है, but that hammering is essential. When blood sugar level decreases, glucagon signals the liver to convert the glycogen back glucose and thus BSL maintained. And this is how insulin and glucagon work in cycle. Is it clear to you? This is the role of insulin and glucagon. Now, whenever there is problem with the either pancreas in secretion of insulin or glucagon, that will lead to condition what we call as a diabetes mellitus. So diabetes mellitus is a group of metabolic diseases in which there are high blood sugar level over a prolonged period. एक आध बार किसी टेंशन से एंजाइटी से कुछ बात से ब्लड शुगर लेवल बढ़ गई, you cannot claim that that person is suffering from diabetes mellitus. Okay, so whenever you have to label that person as diabetes mellitus, it should have a high blood sugar level over a prolonged period. Symptoms of high blood sugar include frequent urination, increased thirst, increased hunger. All these we will discuss later on. If suppose we are not treating diabetes mellitus, if left untreated, diabetes can cause many complications. It may cause ketoacidosis, non-ketotic hyperosmolar coma, or death also. That may be the remote problems, but very serious immediate problem may be the heart disease, stroke, chronic kidney failure, foot ulcers, damage to the eyes. All these things are there. And now you know that diabetes is due to either pancreas which unable to produce the insulin, or it may be possible कि cells जो होंगे, body के cells जो होंगे, they may not respond to insulin. Insulin is coming, but the cell may not respond. That may be the reason. तो मतलब pancreas हो सकता है कि insulin या glucagon secrete कर रहे हैं, but सेल जो है वो इंसुलिन को रिस्पॉन्स नहीं कर रहे. सेल जो है, सेल के रिसेप्टर्स जो है वो ग्लूकोज को सेल के अंदर नहीं लेके जा रहे. ये भी बात हो सकती है. So if you see this diagram, yeah, this picture especially, you know, in this picture, one male is try to putting a ring to the female. The female is like a cell, and that man with the ring is like an insulin. So that cell is resistant to insulin. Is it clear to you? हियर इंसुलिन इज देयर, पैंक्रियाज अपना काम कर रहा है, इंसुलिन सिक्रेट हो रहा है, बट इंसुलिन जो है, इंसुलिन को सेल का रेजिस्टेंट है, सेल इज रेजिस्टेंट टू इंसुलिन, that may lead to what we call as a diabetes mellitus, and such diabetes mellitus is called as a type 2 diabetes mellitus. So in short, diabetes mellitus is metabolic disorder characterized by high blood glucose level. Blood glucose level high क्यों? Because of insulin. इंसुलिन का काम होता है ब्लड के अंदर की शुगर को कम करना, ग्लूकागॉन का काम होता है ब्लड के अंदर की शुगर को बढ़ाना। जब ये दोनों हार्मोन सही ढंग से काम नहीं करते, that will lead to diabetes mellitus. This diabetes mellitus is metabolic disorder characterized by high blood glucose level. Diabetes mellitus is due to deficiency of insulin. Diabetes mellitus may be asked as a short note, may be asked for 5 marks. There are two types of diabetes mellitus, type 1 diabetes mellitus and type 2 diabetes mellitus. Type 1 diabetes mellitus is due to deficiency of insulin. बार-बार मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये. It is because of destruction of beta cells in islets of Langerhans of pancreas. Pancreas की जो beta cells है वो destroy हो जाएंगे. इसकी वजह से इंसुलिन तैयार नहीं होगा, इंसुलिन तैयार नहीं होगा तो सेल के अंदर ग्लूकोज इंसुलिन को नहीं लेके जाएगा और ब्लड के अंदर की शुगर या ग्लूकोज जो वैसे ही रहेगी, वो वैसे ही रहेगी तो वो बढ़ जाएगी. That will lead to type 1 diabetes mellitus, and this type of diabetes mellitus is occur before 40 years of age, and affected person required injection of insulin. That's why it is called as the insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. What we call as a IDDM, insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. So insulin dependent diabetes mellitus जो है वो इंसुलिन की डेफिशिएंसी की वजह से होता है, जहां बीटा सेल ऑफ पैंक्रियाज डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाते हैं, दे आर अनेबल टू प्रोड्यूस द इंसुलिन, और ऐसा टाइप 1 डायबिटीज जो है वो यूजुअली बिफोर एज ऑफ 40 होता है. The classical symptoms of untreated diabetes may be weight loss, polyuria. What is polyuria? Polyuria.
Increase urine.
What is polyuria? Increased urination, right?
Increase urination.
Polydipsia. Thirst.
Increase thirst.
And polyphagia is increased hunger. These are the classical symptoms of diabetes mellitus.
Hunger.
Polyuria, polydipsia and polyphagia. Okay. तो ये symptoms जब patient में आते हैं, तो after certain investigation you can say that person is suffering from diabetes mellitus. ये classical symptoms इसलिए कि ये सब जगह present नहीं है. So weight loss, polyuria, polydipsia, polyphagia. Polyuria is increased urination, polydipsia is increased thirst, and polyphagia is increased hunger. These symptoms may develop rapidly, maybe from weeks or months in type 1 diabetes mellitus, while they usually develop more slowly, or may be absent in type 2 diabetes mellitus. Type 1 diabetes mellitus के अंदर pancreas के तैयार नहीं करते हैं. That's why there is type 1 diabetes mellitus. In children, type 1 diabetes mellitus is called as the juvenile diabetes mellitus. The classical symptoms of type 1 diabetes mellitus already we have discussed: polyuria, polyphagia, and polydipsia, and weight loss. Increased blood glucose level due to reduced utilization of tissue. You should know some term, that is glycosuria, is the loss of glucose in urine. Acidosis is what? During insulin deficiency, because of insulin deficiency, glucose cannot be utilized by peripheral tissues for energy. So large amount of fats broken down to release the energy. It causes formation of excess keto acids, leading to acidosis. Now type 2 diabetes mellitus. Type 2 diabetes mellitus is due to insulin resistance. That is failure of insulin receptors to give response to insulin. I have shown you one diagram. सेल का resistant है insulin को. That's why there's a failure of insulin receptors to give response to insulin. So body unable to use insulin. Body unable to use insulin, and this type of diabetes mellitus, type 2 diabetes mellitus, occur after the age of 40. It can be controlled by oral hypoglycemic drugs. So it is non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, that is NIDDM. What are the signs and symptoms of additional signs and symptoms of diabetes mellitus? Maybe blurry vision, headache, fatigue, slow healing of cuts and itchy skins, and all these are the symptoms of diabetes mellitus. These are the additional signs and symptoms of diabetes mellitus. And just finally, I'll show these are the certain complications. अगर diabetes अच्छे से treat नहीं करते तो diabetic related foot problem, diabetic foot ulcers, maybe the problem you can see in the picture, diabetic foot ulcers. Okay. Type 1 diabetes जो होता है is partly inherited. यूजुअली बोलते हैं ना कि पेरेंट्स को होगा तो उनके बच्चों में भी हो सकता है. But type 1 diabetes is partly inherited with multiple genes, including certain HLA genotype known to influence the risk of diabetes. In genetically susceptible people, the onset of diabetes can be triggered by one or more environmental factors such as viral infections or diet. So it is partly inherited. Among the dietary factors, gluten may be one of the reasons for the type 1 diabetes mellitus. But exact mechanism of gluten-related diabetes, type 1 diabetes mellitus is not known. In short, आप याद रखो कि type 1 diabetes mellitus जो है वो before 40 होता है. चिल्ड्रन में उसको जुवेनाइल डायबिटीज मेलिटस बोलते हैं. वो बीटा सेल्स ऑफ पैंक्रियास इंसुलिन तैयार नहीं कर पाते, इसकी वजह से टाइप 1 डायबिटीज मेलिटस होता है. And it is partly inherited. टाइप 2 डायबिटीज मेलिटस मैंने आपको बताया इंसुलिन रेजिस्टेंस की वजह से होता है. सेल को रेजिस्टेंस होता है इंसुलिन का. यहाँ इंसुलिन तैयार होता है बट सेल का रेजिस्टेंस होता है. दैट्स व्हाई टाइप 2 डायबिटीज मेलिटस होता है जो आफ्टर एज ऑफ 40 होता है. The defective responsiveness of body tissue to insulin is believed to involve in the insulin receptors. Insulin receptors जो है वो वहाँ कहीं ना कहीं कोई प्रॉब्लम होता है. In the early stage of type 2, the predominant abnormality is reduced insulin sensitivity. Type 2 diabetes mellitus is due to maybe the lifestyle factors and genetics. So mainly type 2 diabetes mellitus जो होता है वो lifestyle factors की वजह से होता है, and then you can say genetics. Well, type 1 जो है वो partly inherited genetic की वजह से हो सकता है, but type 2 जो है वो ज़्यादा lifestyle factors की वजह से हो सकता है. What are the lifestyle factors for type 2 diabetes mellitus? Like obesity, exercise नहीं करना, lack of physical activity, poor diet, stress, anxiety, ये सारे factors जो है वो contribute कर सकते हैं type 2 diabetes mellitus को. Dietary factors also influence the risk of developing type 2 diabetes mellitus, like sugar sweetened drinks, taking too much fats in the diet. तो आजकल जो हम सभी लोग ये सही ढंग से खाना नहीं खाते, घर का खाना नहीं खाते, बाहर का खाना खाते, तो ये इस तरह की लाइफस्टाइल होटलिंग बहुत ज्यादा होती है. तो इस तरह की लाइफ